All right, so we're gonna wait around here for a little while and see if some people pop up. Um, I was asked, I came up with the idea of doing this live Q&A for you guys, so you could basically check out my setup in real time, and I'm gonna go around my apartment and look at everything and let you ask me pretty much any question that you possibly have. Um, doesn't necessarily have to be about my setup here. Uh, you can ask me anything you want to. If you're having an issue with an application, or you're thinking about using an application, or you basically want to know how to work with an application, anything whatsoever, that is what this live stream is going to be about. So uh, I'll be waiting. I am gonna have to sit here and work on some of my stuff while I'm waiting for people to pop up here. So we got someone this here. Hey, Juan, how are you doing? I literally just woke up like about 45 minutes ago, so like I'm trying to get back into the pace of things and basically working on my farm here, getting everything set up the way it needs to be. Some things they kind of bog down whenever I go to sleep. I'm thinking, you know, yes, as a matter of fact, I have. So, do you just have one phone? Hey, how's it going? Okay, so you have one phone. Um, if I had to tell you some advice, basically you want to try and talk to people that you know around you. Um, as many people as you possibly can. You want to get in touch with friends. You want to talk to family. Um, whoo, you want. I'll probably get like a lot of questions here eventually. Hello, Otto. Give me 1 second and I will get to you. Um, you want to try and get more phones because working with one phone is very, very difficult. If I had to recommend an app that you should be using with only one phone, I would tell you to try out app trailers with Perk. Now, it takes some babysitting, like you have to keep using the application over and over and over again, but it pays out like 11 points at a time. So, basically, once you get to 1,000 points, that's $1. And once you've made it to $1, it kind of makes you. I don't know if you've been using applications right now. Have you currently been using lots of apps? I guess I could go ahead and answer, guy. As far as like applications and websites, Hello Otto, check out this website that's called Net Business Rating. Net Business Rating goes through applications and their locations of where you can. Basically, it shows you locations of where you can use those applications. So the website Net Business Rating is a great place to start. If you're over in Italy, go into that website. It will tell you whether you can use that application over in Italy. So I try to direct people directly to that website. That's the website that I commonly use to find all of my applications that I use. I use Net Business Rating, or I check out Reddit. I commonly go to Reddit. You could even look at making money in Italy through Reddit. So that is exactly where I would point you. You're making 300 a month with only one phone? Is that correct? Because if you were, I don't know how you were, but that is one heck of a routine to make that amount of money. So I'd be interested to see how you did that. I don't know if you used a computer as well alongside that. I know Earn Honey was actually really decent here about like 5 months ago. Now it's kind of we're on like a downhill slope with Earn Honey. It seems like every month that passes, they pay less and less. So Tim with Perk and computer, and Tim with checkpoints. There you go. See that's a fairly stable routine. What you ended up getting rid of the phones that you did have, or and now you're down to one phone. You were like, oh, so you decided to sell your phone farm, or man, I'll tell you what, I'm glad that some people popped up because I was like, it's early, it's like 11 o'clock, and usually YouTube, right around the time of like 3, 4 p.m. is whenever it starts to pick up with viewers. People get off of work and things like that. So it's just kind of like a prime time for YouTube. So I was kind of worried that nobody would be here for like a couple of hours and I'd just be sitting here. So the fact that we're getting some viewers here is definitely that's a good sign. It definitely makes me want to stick around and see if more and more people pop up. Basically, so I can get this information out there to guys, or ladies. I know I have a few female viewers. Yeah, yep. That's how that goes. Um, I can't say that I wouldn't get to the same point myself. At some point, if you need the money, you have to have the money right then and there. So yeah, if you're trying to get back into it, checkpoints lately has been like, man, checkpoints is bad. I ended up picking up a bunch of these Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitzes, and I've done some videos that talked about that phone and how they're good for certain apps, and then they're really bad for other apps. Really, the only app that I found that is great for that phone is Rewardable TV. So, but checkpoints on those phones literally was doing terrible for me. Now I don't know if checkpoints is having network issues, which they do have that from time to time. Can I run multiple windows on rewardable website? That is definitely a no. That's a negative one. You can have one window and you can have 3 different devices set up for the rewardable website. And just to give you like a word of advice here, I do not. You definitely don't want to lose rewardable. If it was me, I would not want to. Making like $30 to $40 in PayPal cash every single month, man. It's really great. Not all of these applications will cash out to PayPal and actually pay you exactly around what they're telling you they're going to pay you. So, yeah, I would not do that. With 7 phones, hold on. Trying to get the messages up here. I don't know, it's giving me a difficult time here. What were you saying about 7 phones? Yes, I do. Yep. Yeah, and on top of that, I have 2 different rewardable accounts. Let me show you here. I'll show you. This is rewardable account 1. So all of these phones, and this is definitely for the viewers that are watching now that don't have a rewardable account. Those phones are Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitzes. They are cheap, old, funky old smartphones. They're extremely cheap. So to be able to set up that rewardable account with cheap phones, you could save a lot of money and make a lot of really decent money through rewardable. So I try to tell people, don't invest in really expensive phones for rewardable because it's likely going to work on some of your older smartphones. So if you have older phones, try them out with rewardable first. But my second rewardable account is right here. And those are actually newer phones. One thing that I've got like so much that's like a backlog of stuff that I need to do with my phone farm. I need to switch those phones that you just saw. I need to switch them around with these phones because these are more of the Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitzes. Right here, I'm running minor gate on these phones. See, and that's a really decent question because I'll go through some months where I make like $30 each month, only $30, and then I'll have another month where I'll make like 35 or 37. Now, I set this rewardable account up. It's literally been, I'll show you right now. See, and this is why I love this, guys, because I can get hands-on with this stuff and I can, basically show you guys exactly what I'm experiencing here. This is what makes this so great. You see, I'm at $38. I started, and I'll show you the proof here of how much I'm making on a monthly basis with it. Which is really this is going to help you guys out. For the guys that don't have a rewardable account, this is why I would definitely, let's come here. This is since 1102. So it goes all the way back to 1102. I have made $38 since that day. So think about it like that. It's like some months I will make 30 to 35 bucks. I'm sitting on almost 40 bucks and we're not even through a month. Yeah, so I was really happy with that. Really, really happy. So I think Rewardable is trying to pick things up a bit, So are you saying that's with Rewardable, or what apps were you using, Juan? It's rough, man. It is rough out here. And that's why I'm like happy that this business is even around. Like if it wasn't for me making money this way, oh man, like it's paid for, not to boast, but it's paid for a lot of cool stuff, man. Yoolotto is still paying. I've redeemed one on PayPal and I didn't receive my money. Yoolotto is still paying, yes, but I'm on 6 phone and 1 laptop running Rewardable. Yeah, Yoolotto is definitely still paying. Like, I've heard a couple of different things here. One, they are saying to email them and switch your cash out to Dwala. Now, with the fact that it was only a dollar, though, that you were expecting to receive, I would say maybe just chalk that dollar up to a possible loss. If I had to tell you, it's only a dollar. Set up a Dwala account, because apparently they're cashing out to Dwala. That's everything that I've read on Reddit. And that's why I did a video roughly a week ago telling you guys that you definitely want to get involved on Reddit. Because chances are a lot of these questions that everybody has, you will find the answer for that question right there on Reddit. There's a bunch of really smart guys out here that are in this business, and then a lot of guys that have a massive amount of phones. It surprised me. It was like last night I had somebody that messaged me and they told me they had roughly like 84 devices. Trading some Amazon gift cards for PayPal. Yeah, I hold on to my Amazon gift cards, man. Basically, okay. He told me it was working again, so I'm trying to hold on to every single Amazon gift card that I can because I want to invest my gift cards in graphics cards. And I know a lot of you guys are like strictly cell phone farmers. That's all you do is farm with your phones. I am trying to focus on Bitcoin as much as I possibly can here. So I'm picking up graphics cards. That's a decent deal though. I mean, man, I tried to catch the ZTE Mavens over there at Best Buy, and no, they were all gone. So it's like I was really disappointed with that because I was going to take those and put those on U Rewards. That's my next step as far as my cell phone farm is to set up U Rewards. So. Juan, if you stick around with this channel, I go through a lot of ways as far as like making Bitcoin and getting your start with Bitcoin. If I had to give you some advice, man, you want to check out cloud mining contracts because there's a lot of potential in those right now. Now, for the person that wants to mine Bitcoin, trying to afford a computer like the one over here that I've shown in my videos, guys, or the one that I'm currently building over here, trying to afford something like this could prove to really be a task. There's ways to more affordably do it. You can find some of the components on Amazon pretty cheap, and from different distributors, but it's definitely expensive. I feel like I'm having a lot of issues with this live stream. I checked out Robinhood and B-Boy Tech. It would be cool for us to get together and collaborate on a video like we were talking about. My live stream is having some issues right now. Can I mine with my PC? I have GTX 1050 Ti. If it's not a laptop, man, you better take that computer and you better get it to work. Yes, you can definitely mine with a 1050 Ti. I think your profit margin, if you go over to NiceHash, they have a profit calculator over on NiceHash. That's a website. And it's also where you can pick up your miner. They will show you exactly how much profit you will have within a monthly basis. And I believe with like a 1050 Ti, you're sitting at around like $30 a month. So, but that's $30 a month in Bitcoin. And if Bitcoin goes up, this is what I keep trying to tell people. If Bitcoin keeps going up and up and up, like it has been, man, that $30 could turn into $100. It's supposed to go up to anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 for a single Bitcoin. You could also mine some altcoins. Like Bitcoin, man, or altcoins, definitely worth it. Like I'm trying to think, Monero, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Be careful. If you're in a college dorm and you start like soaking up the electricity too much, I doubt it would though. Not with one computer. You should be totally okay. So I hate that this live stream, like if I click the screen, sometimes it will show messages, and then if I don't click the screen, it's like nah. It just doesn't want to work sometimes. There it goes. I can look back at these messages I maybe missed. I do have Robinhood. I know that. But the issue that I had with that was basically I had to have like an actual phone to verify. I use VoIP. As far as like my phone goes, my phone is a VoIP phone. So even cashing out, you basically have to have a legitimate phone number to cash out with these applications. Some of them, like Perk and I believe it's Rewardable, you have to have an actual phone to cash out with. My girlfriend, she cashes out most of the time what we do. What is the best GPU for Bitcoin mining? RX 580. Okay, so GPU, Bitcoin. the 1080 Ti is still top of the earning potential as far as Bitcoin goes. Any tips for those looking to start mining? Man, a lot of tips. If I had to tell you where to start, guys, if you're trying to mine cloud mining contracts, hop onto minergate.com, cloud mining contracts. All you're doing is purchasing a contract for someone that's out there currently mining, and you're purchasing their power. If you really want to get hands-on mining where you are, and if you already have a halfway decent computer and you can put some decent graphics cards into the computer, I would say one of two things. Either invest in the 1080 Ti, a single one, because it will get you $100 extra a month, or invest in some 1060s. Now, I say the 1060s, they get you around right at $50 a month, and they're also pretty cheap. Now, if you compare the prices of the 1060s to the 1080s, we just had a sale. That's one thing on newegg.com for the 1060s. They were right at $200. Normally they're between $250 and some of them are $280 for one of them. So, is it possible to mine with a GTX 1060 3GB? Yes, it is. Man, any of these graphics cards, I have a laptop over here that's got a GTX 980. You can see it right there. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's so great, isn't it? Yeah, I do. I have a GTX 980 that is in that laptop. I have tested mining with it before, mainly because it was a laptop, just to see if it was capable. Now, people say don't mine with a laptop. I run this thing at nighttime to mine altcoins. And then throughout the day, I use my CPU in that laptop to mine altcoins. Yes, it does. It absolutely does work. I can show you on screen right here. Now, you do have, with MinerGate, you will have these random crashes. And that usually, I mean, it does happen here and there, but is it instant PayPal option available on app trailers? They recently did an update on app trailers to where you could cash out directly through app trailers. You can cash out to PayPal. I don't know if it's instant. Like I said, I cash out to Amazon. My entire purpose here for all of my setup is mainly to get started with Bitcoin, investing any of my Amazon cash in graphics cards or components to be able to mine Bitcoin. So, but yeah, let's come over here. I want to show you guys really quickly how I'm working with MinerGate. So, just real quickly here we have MinerGate on my computer, and this is my gaming laptop. Do you have your phones and computers restart automatically, or do you restart them yourself, and how often? B-Boy Tech, my system runs 24/7. I do not ever shut this down. I take every dollar that I can get. When I go to sleep, my girlfriend, she takes over and she works on making money while I'm asleep. This way I've maximized my earnings by far. But right here, let me show you guys this really quickly. XMR, this is Monero, and this is me mining Monero with my CPU. So I'll show you that right there, and then you have the GPU, and this is on my laptop. So yes, it does work. You should make a Facebook group, an Instagram page dedicated to your channel. I think you're going to be even more reliable than the text logs, although your channel is going to take off very soon. I'm really, really hoping that. And, you know, what you're saying right there, Juan, is exactly what I'm trying to do. I want to be exactly what you're saying, more reliable than that channel. There's a few channels that I looked at whenever I started out in this business. Of course, a lot of people started with the tech slugs, and we all know that the information that is there is some great information, a lot of great information, but it's lacking in a lot of areas. So I'm here to try and make up for some of the areas that it is lacking in. And I'm also trying to bridge the gap between Bitcoin, farming with cell phones, and then making money with Bitcoin. So they're so similar in so many ways. Like, you can literally run the MinerGate app on your phone. It does consume electricity, just like these phones consume electricity. It's very similar. how can I contact you if I want to trade some Amazon gift cards? Email. You can, any of you guys are totally welcome to talk to me on my Facebook page. One guy was saying that I should start up basically a group. I do have a page on Facebook. Now it's under my same name, Theron Plain, and then eCash Society Tech Money. So eCash Society Tech Money is there on Facebook. If anybody wants to congregate there, I will eventually take my Facebook friends and add them to my page. So, but you're welcome to message me there. I can always answer some questions. I tried to put that in the comments of YouTube that I'm there on Facebook, and I can answer any questions about this setup. So I want to, like, my thing is, guys, like at the very beginning, whenever I first started doing this, there was a lot of questions that I had. And especially after watching the text logs, I was like, well, what about this? You're not showing this. How do you do this? How is it that what's your routine really for making that amount of money? So that's why I decided to make this channel. Because if I found those answers, I wanted to put them out there. So you would definitely be doing the smartest thing you possibly could. But I would say, Juan, before you would invest in the solar panels, you could definitely consider building up your farm to like a max potential. Here within the next 3 months, it's about to get crazy here. Like, when I say it's going to get crazy, I'm adding an additional 30 phones. My computer over here that I was telling you as far as making money with Bitcoin, I'm slapping. I have graphics cards that I have purchased right now that's in the mail, and then I have 2 that are coming along the way, 2 GTX 1080 Ti's for the second build over here. I'm in the process of building a computer for a viewer. So, and I really have been trying to be very hush-hush about this, that I am building this computer because I'm going to do a video that's all about how I'm actually helping out one of my viewers to get his start mining Bitcoin. From time to time, I do. This is my first live stream, and you do have to think I have 91 devices, so, it does from time to time. But if you looked over at my setup runs pretty smooth all throughout the day. I feel like this live stream is pressing things to the max right now. I'm pushing things to the max. It's coming along the way. Guys, I have like a list of videos that are stuff I have pre-recorded, really, that is sitting in a folder for me to upload to YouTube. And I also have countless things that I'm about to go over here on my whiteboard. So we have a lot of stuff that's along the way. One thing I'm really wanting to do, there you go. One thing I really want to do, though, is I definitely want to have my cash outs. I'm going to do a cash outs video. 500 followers. I'm also going to do, and now that you bring that up, I'm going to do a video that talks about having 2 different internet connections. So a lot of people, they're over here like, I should get a router. I should get this router. I should have a wireless access point. I need this. I need to do that. I need to do that because it was on the text log, so I better do it. You could invest in a second internet connection. And whenever I say that, think about it like this. For these applications that you can only have, yeah, there you go. If you can only have one different, one account with that company, think about it. You can only have one account with that application. If you had 2 internet connections, what's stopping you from having 2 accounts? You tell me. What's going to stop you from having a second account? Nothing. Probably. And that's okay. I just got to shoot it out straight for people. I mean, the dude has 0 cash outs on his videos. This is the stuff that frustrated me all throughout the time that I watched his channel. And granted, I got a lot of great information from his channel. I got better information from Reddit. 2 internet connections. I have 5 relatives. Is it legal to have 2 internet providers? Yes, it's 100% legal to have. I literally have. Look, I have AT&T right here. In this apartment, I did have AT&T and Comcast. Right now, think about it like this: I had Comcast is Xfinity. So I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but almost everybody's heard of AT&T. But yeah, I mean, you can have it literally in your same, right where you're living. Depends, it just depends on the area. I had a guy tell me that he actually contacted 2 different companies to see if he could have 2 different internet connections in his home. For you, RC Vision, if I had to say, contact another internet service provider and see if they can set it up in your home. And consider splitting your devices between both of those connections. But you definitely want to map it out how you want to have your internet, like these applications. Do you want to set up double apps? You want to think about it, put a lot of thought into it. Like I could easily have 2 Earn Honeys. I don't currently, but I could if I wanted to. I could have 2 different Earn Honeys. I have 2 Yoolottos. I have 2 Rewardables. I mean, the list goes on. I have two perks, and I have no fear of any sort of issue. So is it legal to have, but I got a question for that. 2 internet connections. I have 5 relatives. I mean, if you have 5 relatives, everybody's definitely going to have, what if I wanted to have 5 different perk accounts with 5 relatives, identifications under each with 500 different internets? You wouldn't really necessarily have to do that with perk. Perk allows you to have up to like 3 to 4 different perk accounts. So if you think about it like that, you could have around like 3 accounts on one internet connection and then 3 accounts on another internet connection and have a total of 6 accounts. Now, that would definitely be breaking their terms of conditions. So I don't know. It's a question of how much, if you want to do something like that. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that a person does something 100% illegal or anything. I'm not telling you to go out and do, I don't know what is illegal towards these companies. But you can do whatever you want to at your own discretion. Yes, and that is true. That is true. I have. I would say that it is a smart thing to do. Now, exactly what you're pointing out here. If you make over 600 in a year, think about it like this. You would always have another perk account that you could set up on one of these different connections. So then you don't have to necessarily verify. But it would be a good thing to just get your family on board. They would get taxes back. That's only a good thing. So it makes more sense to go legit with this stuff than it does to try and do it kind of under the books and stuff. Are you making a lot with Earn Honey today? I definitely am. Actually, Earn Honey is like, it went downhill and now it has picked up a little bit for me as well. Yes, so I'm averaging right now around like 2 on a full 24-hour basis right now with Earn Honey in every device. I might be able to do this on screen, as a matter of fact. We can see what I've made since last night when I last checked before I went to bed. Now let's do this on screen. Let's come over to, I got my plugin up here, so we're gonna see what we made. Hopefully it's a good amount here. I'm just gonna refresh it. So it was 11.48 and I'm at 12.57. So I made a little over $1 since last night. That's not bad. What games do I play? I play a lot of games. I'm making a lot with Earn Honey today. Can you show us your perk phones? Yes, sir. I will absolutely show you my perk phone setup. Let me show this guy my game stack over here, though. I collect retro video game consoles. I'll show you guys some of my collection here. I do have a Falcon, which plays Super Nintendo and regular Nintendo games. I've got the Dreamcast down there. I have 2 different Xbox One S's over here. I've got the Wii and the Wii U. I've got you may not be able to see it, but I do have the Sega Game Gear. I've got PlayStation 1 through PlayStation 4 down there, and also the Sega Genesis. whenever I tried to record on landscape, it literally told me to rotate my device. So I'm not sure why live feels like orientation is locked, rotate device back. So I'm having that on screen whenever I'm doing this. Maybe you guys know, this is my first live stream, so. But yeah, let me show you guys my perk setup right here really quick. Have you tried any website like Earn Honey or Rewardable on the PlayStation 4? Okay, let me get to that in 0.2 seconds. I will definitely answer that question. But my perk right here, I'll show you right here. This is all app trailers. Up here is Perk TV Live and Perk TV. Super pop quiz over there, but I'm just trying to show you the perk, my entire perk setup right here. App trailers as well from here to here. Perk word search. You see I got a resume thing right there. And these are all Perk TV down here. So Perk TV, and that's pretty much where it ends. Have you tried any website like Earn Honey or Rewardable on the PlayStation 4? I tried Earn Honey on quite a few different things. I tried it on the PlayStation 4. It really, for me, it wasn't good for earning. I also tried it on my smart TV over here. There was a way for me to access a browser. And once again, I was kind of afraid to even mess around with that because I did not want to receive a ban. You know, that's my thing. If I can avoid being banned by these companies, that's exactly what I want to try and do. You don't want to get banned, so. Yeah, I wish this crap didn't pop up on my screen and I could go landscape. That's exactly what I'd be doing. I'd have this thing attached over here. I've got a stand. Yeah, I have a stand over here. So that's what I'd be using. Show you guys really quick. This is how I record the majority of my videos. And it detaches in different ways. So, yeah, it's a shame. Subscriber. I didn't show you guys this either. This is really cool. So I picked up a subscriber counter for my channel here. I've literally been trying to invest as much as I possibly can in my channel. And I don't know if you guys heard the thunder that was on the screen, but I've got this thing set up. This is the LaMetric clock, and it has Bluetooth. This thing does like a billion different things. I can set it to where it displays the amount of Bitcoin, what Bitcoin is worth, and different currencies. So that's another reason that I picked it up. My current phone that I'm using right now is an iPhone 7 Plus. So yes, I do. And I also have an iPhone 5S that's sitting in the back that my daughter uses, and also a iPod Touch. And I believe that's a third gen. So I've had a fair amount of experience with Apple. Did have an iPod or an iPad back in the day. It was right before the iPod Air, or iPad Air, I'm sorry. Yeah, that clock though, I'm actually going to do a video specifically about this clock and why I picked up this clock. Basically, I wanted you guys to see that I am following every time I get a sub. It's important to me. It means something to me whenever I get a sub here on YouTube. You know, if I'm ever going to give the Tech Slugs a run for his money, you know, it's I'm going to have to do a lot more than what I'm doing now, but I think I'll get there. You know, I think a lot of people, they're currently seeing how much effort I'm putting into this stuff, so. I don't necessarily want to make it to $1,800 a month. Well, who wouldn't, I guess, but I don't want to be the Tech Slugs. I don't think that he really makes, if he is making $1,800 a month, he also is not tallying in how much he makes off of AdSense revenue from his website, and also the revenue that he makes off of YouTube itself. So why is he not telling us specifically if he makes $1,800 a month? Why is there such a gap in his earnings is what I'm trying to figure out. It's for one application, it will say between $100 and $300 or $100 and $200, okay, what are you really making then? If you say between $100 and $200, what the hell does that mean, man? What does that mean? Like, do you think that some apps pays better in some states than the others? I think that it's a possibility. But if I had to tell you an overall opinion, I moved here to Florida, where I'm currently residing, from Kentucky. And I can tell you this much, there was not very much of a difference. And that's all the way across the United States that I moved. So, I don't think it's very much of a difference. Maybe in some of the states where there's kind of less to do out there, some of the smaller states that don't really have large cities or anything, if I had to say. But then again, I only know from my experience from Kentucky to Florida, so. Yeah, I've constantly wondered that though, like, best period of the day to run rewardable. Are we talking about the website or are we talking about the application? Apps and the site. The site is very, very finicky. The site, you basically have to babysit the site 24/7. So if I had to tell you, you're going to have to babysit the site all day long to be able to earn anything with it because it crashes so much. Now the application, that's hard to say because they pay out so randomly. Like if you notice in your payouts, like you might have 800 to 1,000 different acorns one day, and then the next day you may have 1,500 acorns, like what we've been seeing lately. If I had to say, if you only have so many phones right now, just with the fact that they're paying pretty decently right now, the site is still really buggy. Yes, it is. B-Boy Tech, you definitely, I know you already know, with the massive amount of applications that you test out and the websites that you go to. You definitely know. I think I'm probably gonna start doing these Q&As a little more often. Now, I'm not. It's not gonna be like a thing that I do once a week or anything, but I can pretty much see the point now. I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of questions out here. Man, there's nothing like being hands-on with this stuff. I know that much. What kind of phones are on Perk TV and how many accounts are on there? Okay, I have 2 different Perk accounts. I guess you're asking for my setup. The phones that are over here that are on Perk TV, and I would recommend that you do not, honestly, if you're going to get any of the phones that I'm about to mention to you, get them for rewardable. Or switch your rewardable, if you already have rewardable, switch it over to these phones because they're the Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitz. Now those phones are extremely cheap. They're really cheap, but they work perfectly for rewardable. Now, other applications like Perk Apps, garbage. Like, I can't really say that. I like to put everything on a scale of whether it's successful or it's not successful percentage-wise. So, if you can see, I've got Perk. It's actually running on a few of these, but it definitely has a tendency to have freeze-ups. So, this is Perk TV here on those Alcatel One Touch Pixie Glitzes. And they have random freeze ups here. So like it will go steadily for roughly about right at an hour and a half before I have to restart everything. Just basically set it all back up. So, which was really a shame. You know, I felt like, hey, what's up, man? Yes. But it's not, are you still watching? It just, well, the only thing I see is the little yes. Those phones are so small. Now I try to put as little effort into this stuff as I possibly can. Like, man, I'm not trying to sit here and work hard. If I see a yes, I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, just click it. Just go. If you had the automatic screws to where it resets the app, and then after another hour and resets so you don't have to do it. Yeah, I mean, I could go through setting that up on all these devices. I mean, just swipe and go is so it's easier for me to just go up and be like boom boom exit start, and then I walk go about my day. I could auto exit the app. What is that's gonna save me zero point 0.2 seconds or no offense, but it just would not. It's not like it would save me a ridiculous amount of time here. Is the Bitcoin mining totally passive? Now, yes, in both circumstances, minus whenever you cash out, it absolutely is. It is totally passive. Whether you're picking up cloud mining contracts and whether you're going to mine with your computer. Now, getting everything set up is a little bit of a different story. That's the only work that's involved, minus when you cash out. When you cash out, you've got to, if you're mining altcoins, you've got to go to an exchange, and you have to exchange those over. So there's work that's involved there. How much do I make with Bitcoin every single month? Right now, with me mining altcoins, it's going to be a bit of a different story here pretty soon. Right now, if I had to tell you, I'm only averaging in Bitcoin, only Bitcoin. I'll say this, whenever I get my graphics card here, the 1060 that I've ordered, I would be making right around like $80 a month with Bitcoin. And right now I'm making right around like roughly $30 a month. Not very much with Bitcoin. Like I've been saying though, big things are about to happen on this channel. Mainly because I've been taking my money and reinvesting it into Bitcoin. I built this computer over here. I'm building another one for another customer. And I've got graphics cards that are pretty much on the way in the mail. So I have one that's on the way to me. Let's make with Bitcoin. But yeah. Let me say this. Like, here is my overall plan here. And I keep telling people about this. If you reinvest your money from this stuff into Bitcoin, I'm investing $1,000 into cloud mining contracts whenever I get my financial aid from college. Once that comes in, I'm dropping an immediate $1,000 onto cloud mining contracts, which should average me right now with a few cloud contracts that I have. I should be making around about 160 roughly every single roughly 2 weeks. So I should be right at least around $350 a month. And that's give or take. I maybe need to go over that information a little further. But I know from experience right now with the contracts that I have, how much I'm making with that and how much I can expect with that. I think all the new Engage Me TV websites they made. Look up TV and gamer loot. Man, fuck it. I'm sorry, guys. Screw Engage Me TV, man. Screw Engage Me TV. I run it on EarnGG. That website is annoying as all get out. The earnings that come from that website in comparison to the babysitting that you have to do with that website, it's kind of bad, man. Just in my opinion. There's so many different Engage Me TV websites. I mean, it's all over the place. And we can only use 3 different Engage Me TVs? Are you joking? That's all you can do? I hate that. I hate Engage Me TV. I'll still run it just for the fact that I can cash out EarnGG to Bitcoin as part of my Bitcoin income. All these phones and computers using electric, do you make more than what it costs? Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, just to be really in depth, I have 91 devices spread across everything that I'm doing. My electricity bill is right at $120 a month. Right now, we're currently in the. I keep my lights off pretty well. I mean, I have studio lights on right now for you guys, so you can see my ugly face a little better. But yeah, next door, my neighbor, he pays right around like $99 a month for electricity right now. I'm paying maybe $30 for all of this stuff in total. You know, like all of my devices. Yes, yeah, that's how it should be, B-Boy Tech. It really should, man. It should be set up to where we can have... Maybe not every single website I'm running. That would be kind of crazy. But man, give us 5, 6 different websites that we can, 4 or 5, something like that we can use. Or what's the point? You know, it's like you got this company that's like, hey, we're an advertising company. You won't even let us see your advertisements. The only thing I can see it is on EarnGG. Or I guess I could, you know, and I've thought about it like this too. I could sit here and set up, trying to think of the best way to put it. I could do something like Earnably and Mintvine and iRazoo and run 3 different websites and try to maximize the profits that I would get. But I'd have to go through so much hassle of testing out those websites, seeing if I'm going to earn more than what I'm earning with EarnGG, which is already really consistent and pays me in Bitcoin. Who wants to go through all that? You know, it's like, guys, we're sitting at like right about around an hour here. I know that a lot of people, I feel like they would be more likely to pop up later on during the day. So I'm thinking I might end up cutting this one here and maybe doing another one here pretty soon and setting it up to where I can do it during the evening. Now, I've had some time here to sit here and be basically alone in my apartment, so I was like, this might be a really good time to test out this Q&A thing and see if I'm actually going to get some viewers. Now, with the fact that I've actually got people that are watching, they're checking this stuff out, it definitely makes me want to go ahead and do another one of these again. No doubt about it. If I'm going to have people that they need to learn something or they want to learn something, then that makes this worth it for me. Now, if I had hopped on here and there had been 2 people versus I've seen it go up to like 14 different people, I believe, or 12 different people, that's worth it to me. If I'm helping that many people, yeah, it's definitely worth it to me. So, man, you guys should invest in cloud mining contracts. They are selling out on different. You're very welcome. You really are. You're very welcome. Phone Paycheck. Passive app. I wish I could use Phone Paycheck. Like I've actually tried setting myself up to use Phone Paycheck. So I would say it's worth it. There's all sorts of crazy stuff on Reddit. I've talked to a couple of people who actually use that app, and they say it's a great app. You know, there's a lot of really decent earning potential in that app. I'll say this: if I could use it, I would use it. I mean, if somebody's gonna hack me, what are they gonna hack me for? They're gonna hack me for some Amazon gift cards. I cash everything out to Amazon, and I don't know. I guess, you know, my Bitcoin would be at stake, but up until I make it to about a year from now, I might have a massive amount of Bitcoin. I plan to have a really decent amount of Bitcoin. So, and I think I will. So maybe a year from now I might worry about it, but like I said, this channel, guys, you guys really should stick around because you're going to see me do videos over here on my computer. How I get these graphics cards set up. Every time I get a graphics card, you'll get to watch this stuff grow. I'm going to go in depth for how I invested that money. And then I'm creating a website here. It is right when we make it towards 1,000 subscribers here, I am creating a website. And it's going to have so much information. It really is going to be great because it's going to have everything laid out simplistically. I will have a website for my brand name. eCash Society is, I'm not going to give up on this stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, I know I'm going to set aside some time in the evening time, definitely, to do another live stream. I can't say if it'll be tonight. I really want to focus on getting some more decent quality videos up for you guys. I feel like I've slacked just a fraction. So we're going to get back in the direction of me doing a few more videos. And then probably within this next month, I will definitely do another live stream. Nope. See, and that's one thing you can expect that I will not do is I'm not going to have porn ads on my website. I'm not going to sit here and put out just like plastic-like information. I refuse to do that. And yeah, every time I figure something out about an application that I feel like is, if I feel like it's going to be useful to you guys, it will immediately be on my channel. I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube channel. It's called The Golden Gato. You guys want to see some fake crap, you go to The Golden Gato and check out his stuff. That's you're not going to find it here. And you definitely aren't going to find it on my website. Now, BitConnect, yeah, like, all that crap is fake, man. The Golden Gato. There's another one that's called the Mobile Merchant, talking about you can make $300 in a day. Oh. BitConnect, man, part of me wants to check out BitConnect and possibly invest into it. Now, maybe not invest a lot. If you only lost like $100 or something and during the time of investing in something that maybe would have made you 100 to 200 to 300 more or something, think about it like that. It's worth it to almost like, say, if you have money like that to toss around, sometimes you got to take a chance though. Like this, all this stuff is taking a chance. Kiwi. Yes, yeah. Yeah, that's another one. You guys definitely might want to check out that application. What is it? It's just like surveys, isn't it, Greg? Like you just do these little surveys and then they pay you, what is it, daily or monthly? I might have to go ahead and check out that application just because I've had more than one person tell me about that app. Like, check it out, check it out. So, and I know it's only on one device, so. Oh my God, this is like, this is the best thing that happens to my day all day long. Literally, this is the best part of my day. Yeah, I think this is probably it though, guys. I'm gonna cut it here. We're right at like an hour, so that's a decent amount of time here. If there's any kind of last questions, now would definitely be the time. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. You were saying that it logs how many cigarettes you've smoked and you try to cut down. All right, I think that's it then. Guys, definitely stay tuned in. Like I said, I've been trying to get through this semester of college, but now that I'm almost done with this stuff, my God, we are about to. You're very welcome, man. You really are. And we're about to be putting out a bunch of videos here. That is the ultimate goal. Get video after video after video up here. And yeah, also, if there's any video requests, I am in college right now for computer applications. My major right now is an associate of applied. Well, I just switched over to an associate of science. Now, you have the associate of applied science and then the associate of science. Thanks, man. You're very welcome. But yeah, the associate of science is like the better of the two degrees. If you get into college, you want to go for, if you're trying to get into like the tech field, you definitely want to, they'll try and get you set up with the associate of applied science. You want to try and bypass that and go directly for your associate of science. That will save you a lot of time and stress. But yeah, that's it, guys. I will be back here very soon with a lot more videos. So, and I can't wait to be back too. So, yeah, also, any video requests that you possibly have, hit me up on my eCash Society Facebook page. Send me any video requests that you have. If it's a request of something that I've already kind of remotely done, I will point you in the direction of that video. But if it is something I haven't done and I feel like I need to cover that, chances are it's 99% likely that I will cover that. And yeah, I will be back soon, guys. You guys take it easy.